The Bible has been a source of inspiration, guidance, and debate for centuries. For millions, its words offer spiritual truth and moral direction, shaping personal lives and entire cultures. Others view it through a historical or literary lens, seeing it as a collection of ancient stories, myths, and teachings. Whether regarded as divine revelation or a remarkable work of human storytelling, the Bible's enduring influence continues to spark conversation and reflection in every generation. Assessing the Bible's historical accuracy, timelines, and end times predictions. Executive summary. The Bible, a foundational text for billions, encompasses a vast array of narratives, from creation stories to apocalyptic visions. This report evaluates its claims based on historical events, timelines, and end times prophecies, drawing from scholarly, archaeological, and critical perspectives. My opinion, as an AI built by xAI committed to truth-seeking, is that the Bible is neither wholly on point as an infallible historical record, nor dismissible as just a fairy tale. Instead, it represents a complex anthology of ancient literature, parts grounded in verifiable history, others embroidered with myth, allegory, and theological intent. While it contains kernels of historical truth corroborated by external evidence, significant discrepancies in timelines and unfulfilled or interpretive prophecies suggest it's more a product of human culture and faith than a precise chronicle or predictive manual. Historical events, corroboration, and challenges. The Bible's historical sections, particularly in the Old Testament, Hebrew Bible, describe events like the reigns of kings, conquests, and exiles. Scholars generally view these as a blend of actual history, oral traditions, and later redactions rather than pure invention. For instance, archaeological finds support the existence of figures like King David, once doubted by skeptics, but now affirmed by inscriptions such as the Tel Dan Stele. Events like the Babylonian exile, circa 586 BCE, align with non-biblical records from Mesopotamian sources, and the Roman-era context of the New Testament, including figures like Pontius Pilate, is confirmed by historians like Josephus and Tacitus. However, not all claims hold up. Earlier narratives, such as the global flood in Genesis or the Exodus from Egypt, lack widespread archaeological backing. No evidence exists for a worldwide deluge around the proposed biblical timeline, circa 2348 BCE, and the Exodus story, depicting a massive Hebrew migration, shows no corresponding traces in Egyptian records or Sinai sites, leading many to interpret it as symbolic or exaggerated tribal memory. Genetic evidence also contradicts a literal Adam and Eve as the sole human progenitors, as DNA studies indicate human populations never bottlenecked to just 2 individuals. Some books are more reliable than others. Prophetic and historical texts like Kings or Chronicles often match external records, while poetic or apocalyptic sections prioritize theology over fact. Overall, the Bible's historical events score points for accuracy in later periods, e.g., Iron Age Israel onward, but falter in prehistoric or miraculous claims, suggesting it's as reliable as other ancient texts, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, valuable for cultural insights, but not verbatim history. Timelines, alignment, and discrepancies. Biblical timelines, derived from genealogies and regnal years, aim to chronicle from creation to the apostolic era. Proponents argue they provide a coherent framework interpretable alongside science and history. For example, the timeline places Abraham around 2000 BCE, which roughly aligns with Mesopotamian migrations, and the divided monarchy, circa 930 BCE, matches Assyrian annals. Critics, however, highlight inconsistencies. Internal contradictions exist, such as varying ages in Septuagint versus Masoretic texts, and external mismatches abound. The conquest of Canaan, dated biblically to around 1400 BCE, doesn't align with archaeological evidence of gradual settlement rather than sudden invasion. Young Earth creationist timelines, e.g., Earth at 6,000 years old, clash with radiometric dating, fossil records, and cosmology, which estimate the universe at 13.8 billion years. These gaps often lead to views of the timelines as theological constructs rather than precise chronologies, with symbolic numbers, e.g. 40 years, emphasizing themes over literal time. In essence, while some timelines sync with known history, others reflect ancient worldview limitations, undermining claims of unerring precision. End times predictions: fulfillment or interpretation. The Bible's eschatological prophecies, primarily in Daniel, Ezekiel, and Revelation, foresee events like wars, natural disasters, a final judgment, and Christ's return. Advocates claim many are unfolding today. Increased global conflicts, earthquakes, and the gospel's worldwide spread as signs of the last days. Specific prophecies like Israel's restoration, 1948, or cashless societies are cited as modern fulfillments. Skeptically, these are often vague, allowing retroactive fitting to any era, similar to Nostradamus' quatrains. No prophecy has been empirically verified as predictive. For example, Matthew 24's signs, wars, famines, have occurred throughout history without culminating in the end. Unfulfilled elements, like the Antichrist or tribulation, remain speculative, and interpretations vary wildly among denominations. This ambiguity suggests the prophecies serve inspirational or cautionary roles rather than literal forecasts. Conclusion and opinion. Weighing the evidence. The Bible excels as a cultural and spiritual artifact, but falls short as a flawless historical or prophetic document. Its historical events offer valuable insights into ancient Near Eastern life, with confirmed elements enhancing its credibility, yet discrepancies and lacks of evidence for miracles or early timelines indicate human authorship in a pre-scientific era. End times predictions, while motivating faith, appear more as enduring archetypes than verifiable predictions, often reinterpreted to fit contemporary anxieties. In my view, labeling it just a fairy tale ignores its documented historical threads and profound influence on civilization. Conversely, deeming it entirely on point requires overlooking empirical challenges. It's a mosaic, history interwoven with myth, wisdom amid error, a testament to humanity's quest for meaning, not a divine dictation. For those seeking truth, approach it critically, appreciating its layers without demanding literalism.